Hello, beautiful artists. I've been asked this several times over the couple years I've been on YouTube and thought, there's enough of you asking. I'm going to go ahead and do a little share with splatters. Priyanka, this one's for you. So at first I noticed my tree green. I just used my teeth to open that. Don't tell my husband. Tree green. These are my Lane colors, but these are tubes in here. I'm about out of this. Matter of fact, this is the end of it. So I'm just filling up my little well here on my handy dandy large rotating palette. This one I keep only on my desk. It's meaty, it's really heavy, and I just put it on a Lazy Susan so I could spin it around. I love it, but I would never take this with me anywhere. It's too heavy. Okay, so splatters. A little background. I splattered everything about a decade ago when I first started painting. I was kind of known for that. Splatters and drips, I love them. So this is kind of a fun one for me. All different ways to splatter, but I'm going to give you a couple just kind of ways to use them here. So I'm going to start first with my 8 round. By the way, this is Valentine's 2026. All my brushes, you guys, are on sale 25% off. So if you've been kind of on the fence about getting them, they're going to be gone pretty soon. So they're doing a sale 25% off. I've got duo sets and the whole kits. Just a quick little blurb there. All right, so splatters. First, I'm going to show you an 8 round, and then I'm going to show you a larger brush because that makes a difference. And I want you to see the differences here. Let me grab just a clean paper towel so that where I'm splattering is only going where I want it to go. I tried to break this up into squares. Let me turn on my light too. Pardon me, you guys. I thought I had it on. There we go. Ta-da! Let there be light. So splatters can be great textures. You can use them for all kinds of stuff. I've got my 8 round. When I splatter, I tend to go pretty watery. So let me just get that in here. Much more water than I would normally use for, regular painting. And this is going to be splatters wet on dry, which means they're just going to hit the paper and they're going to stay right there. Now you can use your finger. I also like to use a brush, so either way. So wet on dry, look at that. You're getting, let me see if I can zoom in there, guys. So you can see, I don't zoom in because then you can't see my palette. So there you go. Okay, so they're not moving anywhere. A nice, smaller splatter because I'm using a smaller brush. Now, if you're going to, and my brushes are pretty snappy, the softer the brush, the more of a drip you're going to get because a softer brush is going to soak up more water. So this one's really pretty snappy, but I'm going to get it wet here. This is my 3/4 round. And let's just go in here, and this will make bigger splatters. So I'm really soaking up the water here. Let me get even a little bit more water. I really want some big drips. Oh, and I'm using my finger. So I'm getting bigger blobs here because my brush is larger. All right, so you see that wet on dry. They're not really moving, spreading. They're staying right there. You can tap on a brush. You can tap on the edge of your finger, whichever works for you. Let me soak up this little mess. I'll tell you that too. I taught kids for a long time and they love the splatters, but it goes everywhere. So just an FYI there. And that can be fun. That can be part of the process. So here's a toothbrush. I really like using a toothbrush because you're going to get a really nice fine mist. So I've just got this toothbrush I've been using forever. Going to load it up. What I have found is a toothbrush you need to add quite a bit, and then I'm just going to use my fingernail and look at this beautiful spray. I use this a lot for spray like an ocean wave and things like that. So look how pretty that is. That could be a field of flowers in the background. You could have some bigger drops and splatters, and then some fine ones with your toothbrush. So a fun way to use those. Now, wet on wet. That's going to be different because, as you know, wet on wet, wow, I have there, is going to be dreamy and soft and a great background, or flowers in the distance. It could be really pretty for. So let's just wet this, and then we're going to go in and drop in some of these, and I'm going to mix them up. I'll do a little bit of toothbrush, a little bit of 3/4 round, a little bit of the smaller round. So let's start with our big old bad boy here. And so see how it's doing that explosion? Now let's take a smaller brush. And you've got some smaller explosions. And now let's go for our toothbrush, which is going to be even the smallest, but it's going to give you a really cool effect. Look at that. Isn't that fun? So what a fun background. That's how I used the splatters for years, is for that background. You could lift it up and let it kind of drip and move. I think that could be a lot of fun. So let's keep going here. Splatters with the drip, kind of what I was just saying. So you can do wet on dry, but you'd have to use quite a bit of water. So I'm just going to wet the background a tiny bit because it's just easier to make it drip when your paper's wet, because the water moves more, right? So I've got my paper wet. Let's go in with our splatters. So wet on wet, it's really moving. Now let's just hold this up. You can even blow on it. Hopefully you can see that. So see how it's moving? What a cool image. That could be used for all kinds of things. So there you go. That's a different look. Now, how about if we do 2 colors? So again, I would wet my background, but you don't have to. Matter of fact, let's do wet here. This is really pretty, by the way, underwater. I've used it for that a lot of times. So I'm gonna wet here and we'll do 2 colors. Actually, I could have done it here too. Where's my brush? Let's just do it here, actually. Well, we'll do it here. So we've got, trying to keep it right here. So you've got that blue going. Now let's go in there with maybe, let's see, what color do we want to do? Maybe a reddish. Let's do that. I'm going to grab my pink. And now let's just watch that blend and move. Look how pretty. It's almost, and what I used to do a lot, I'm trying to think how to do this without getting my nose in the picture. I'm gonna blow. You could use a straw, but I don't have one here. Look how pretty. That would be a beautiful background. You could add salt in there. Let me grab my salt. So these are all different ways to kind of play with, you know, drips and such. all different ways I used it. Now let's do 2 colors, but dry. Because if you were doing this in a background, this could be really pretty. Could look like a variety of flowers. So let's actually do red and yellow flowers. So let me grab my red. And oop, I got a chunk there. And splatter. Some of that's getting in there. Definitely cover if you want to avoid some areas. So there we go. We've got some red going on. Let me get just a little bit more. And now let's get some yellow in there. I'm going to do cad yellow, and I want to grab quite a bit. There we go. Now let's get some yellow in there. Oh, look how pretty. So some areas are going to blend, some are not going to blend, but it's so pretty for a little field or something. Like with the poppies around here. So there you go. Let me zoom out here. There we go. So you can kind of see everything. So those are, you know, there's more ways too. A really fun thing to do. And if you can see here, the salt is starting to kind of take effect. So what a beautiful background. And this, again, that could be the inside of a wave underwater. How pretty, right? Your little splatters here. All kinds of fun ways. Wet on wet, wet on dry, more distinct crisp lines, a smaller brush, a more dreamy effect. So wouldn't this be pretty? Then all you'd really have to do in here, if you already had a little bit of a washy background, a glaze, you could just go in and create a couple stems and it would look like a bunch of flowers. So there you go. I hope that was fun for you and you guys will try some of these out. You know, it really can be a fun way to add some interest to your backgrounds. It can be used for so many different things. Another thing as well, really fun to splatter ink, white ink, because if you've got a dark green field, or mountains, you could splatter. Let me see, I just painted, so I don't think you can see it here, but around this fence, let me see if I can enhance that a bit, because this is a really fun technique with the ink, is to go in there. Let me grab a brush. Let's see, let's just grab this one. And I'm going to add some more white to that. This ink is really great, by the way. Dr. P.H. Martin's, it's the bleed proof white, and it just really is white. That's why I like it. So I might cover some of this up. Look at that. So that is another really fun technique that you might use splatters for, is in something like this, a landscape, and I'll hold that up for you for just a minute so you can see that. Isn't that pretty? So have fun with this. Oh, the last one I was going to mention. If you were doing a field, use some masking and splatter it on there. And then after you do your background, take your rubber cement remover, your masking remover, or your finger, and then you're going to have these white areas, kind of like this, but whiter. And then you can paint them yellow or blues, whatever color flower. So that's a lot of fun ways to use splatter. All right, everybody. Priyanka, I hope that answered your question. There's been others, but that was the most recent one. And have fun. Most of all, just play, have fun, experiment with all of these, and I will see you all soon. I'll be right here reminding you guys, you are an artist. All right, love you all.